I believe it's time for
I think it is, yes.
Is it him? Hello, Charles?
No, please, just get ready, gentlemen. We're going to be on the air in just a few minutes. We're waiting for the Santa. I'm going to dial the number. I'm supposed to start.
This is a very amusing show you boys have here.
Well, this is not funny. A lot of people are
I'm
concerned
sorry
about this.
And Charles, me and Walter have been waiting for this for a long time.
I'm not Charles. We're calling Charles.
I haven't finished dialing yet.
I'm Walter.
You sound just like Charles.
I'm Walter.
Okay.
You
Do
got
you
it
have
now?
a glass of water?
About ready.
Have a glass of Walter?
Okay. Let's see if we can get it this time.
Okay, let's listen in.
You've dialed 24-hour telephone entertainment.
Hi.
ZZZ.
Wait a minute.
Here's an interesting situation
Hello,
that
Charles?
we'd like
Charles?
you to hear.
Wait a minute.
Charles,
Hello,
there are a lot of
Charles.
children
Strike
there.
3, you're out.
Geese.
Oh, gee, Dad, I stuck out again.
That's
Jimmy, it's okay. It's all right.
That's
you know,
Charles.
Mr. Wilson, what your son needs is a little bit more muscle.
Charlie?
Oh, Coach, at least he's got tough teeth. Tough teeth. Yeah, show him, Jim.
No, that's Jim.
I will go out of my house now and then, and I will meet a few men. Angels living inside Negro men, sitting on a bench, Soul Express in my car. Sitting on a bench, Soul Express in my car. Soulfish men wrapped in angel clothing, smiling, looking into my soul. He can see me singing. Black doesn't mean anything at all. White doesn't mean anything at all. He's got the sun on his face, waiting for a bus. He's got the sun on his face, waiting for a bus. First he laughed, and then he laughed a little harder, and then I laughed, and then you laughed too, and then we all nodded at each other. He gave us an answer, yes. He gave us an answer, yes. Someone is really looking after us. Someone is really looking after us.
About a decade ago, Negro musicians in New Orleans began drying and crushing the plant's leaves and rolling them into cigarettes. Known variously as Bennies, Reefers, Mary Warners, and Muggles, these cigarettes spread over the United States. Shoestring peddlers market them for $0.10 apiece. You buy them underneath the shoestrings on the top and have them on the bottom, I guess.
You want to tie your shoe with this now?
Recently, Negro bandmen have introduced them into London's Smart Mayfair.
That's bad men.
Bad men, is it? Inhaling the smoke, which is held in the lungs as long as possible, impels some users to lassitude, others to violence.
Wait a minute. I ain't never been in lassitude.
They won't let people like us in lassitude, you know. Not since they start building the space platform there. They don't let us.
That where God's holy city is going to be located?
Well, that's where that woman had her house bulldozed down.
That was in lassitude?
That was in
I
lassitude.
thought I heard that man say it was on the moon.
Let me tell you, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, you seen Mrs. Whitney Stevens lately?
I saw her through the window.
Ah, that's a good-looking woman.
Yeah, I was repairing her septic tank, you know, and she didn't even know it. You know why? Well, because we installed it at night when she wasn't looking. That's why.
She
Well, you
uses
have to
colored paper, too, and that would ruin it,
We have to keep away from that crazy neighbor of hers. You know that Hilario Gomez? That man's crazy.
But he funny.
Yeah, I know. You heard about the cheeseball war?
I saw one of his cheese balls come fly over my house last Thursday when I was watching The King on television.
You mean Mr. Stevens?
That's right. He the king where I live, I tell you that.
He was doing that routine, you know, that routine about let me in,
Let me in.
Man, that was funny.
Yeah, it's my party. I got a right to cry, he kept saying. I
Yeah,
sympathize
Flip
with the
Stevens.
man. Flip, yeah. He live up on the top of Baxter Street there, you
He
know.
do, huh?
Yeah, well,
He live on the back of Topster Street, but they had a big mudslide. Now he live down at the back of.
Was your house
Stop it.
destroyed in that?
Oh, I don't have no house no more. I
You
run a
don't?
bulldozer factory.
Well, then you live in the city of God.
That's right.
With the bulldozer.
I sleep right next to the bulldozer.
Listen, I like pork.
I'm looking for an empty lot. You got a nice house I might be able to knock down?
No, a lot. He left. He took his old lady, and they's going off that way. Don't you call to him, though, or something terrible happened.
Oh, you crazy man.
Look, I like pork, but will God destroy me if I eat it? Now, you're a Jew, Dr.
Not if you
Zombie.
eat it with white bread, is what I understand.
I find that eating pig
God, that makes me sick. Eating little piggies.
When you put it that way, it sounds pretty grim, doesn't
Poor
it?
little piggies.
Well, I eat pig, you know. I eat pig because
Because they make you?
Because they make me do it.
Charles Throat makes you, doesn't he?
Makes me do it.
You poor man.
I'm not poor anymore.
Oh, you're not? You mean you get wealthy by eating these pigs?
I certainly do. Somebody has to eat them.
Tell me this, do you just spit out the guns, or do you swallow them all?
I knew you were going to say that.
I knew you knew I was going to say that.
Wait a minute. Do you swallow a mole? What did you...
No, that's not what I said, for heaven's sake.
Swallow a mole?
No, I said you swallow a hole.
They used to have, down at the drinky place that I used to go to across the street, across the parking lot, actually, from Universal City.
The Spotted Pup?
You know, it was the Hawaiian hallucination hour. They had it at 3:30 to 9 o'clock every night.
Free lays.
They had fried...
Frijoles.
They had chicharrones. They had these little fried pork hides that you'd eat along with
your...
Oh,
my God. What did they do with the little porks?
They were
inside them.
No, they were all outside.
You mean with no coats on?
Not
poor
only,
little buggers might have froze to
They
death.
froze to death
Good
for
frozen.
sure because they were in the freezing food locker. I have a line on freezing food locker.
It's a great bar, the
Yes,
freezing
I
food
do.
locker.
I used to be an agent for the food freezing locker supply house.
Well, tell me this.
Yes?
Does the Bible condemn the use of tobacco?
Yes, it does. You may well pause. Why are the 7 Bible
My
reasons why
paws
the
are
use...
fine. I don't know why you should talk about my little paws.
Keep your
You'd
paws on the
probably
table.
eat pigs and smoke cigarettes and live in the wrong house with...
I went to the wrong bar. That's the point of this entire story.
Yes.
Pastor Sakamoto,
Yes.
the dogs go to heaven.
Yes, they do,
My
son.
dog go to heaven.
Yes, your dog will.
Does he have
Was
to die?
that the dog that I just ran over out in the parking lot?
You were close, but you
That
missed.
dog's in heaven, young man. That dog's in heaven. He has to be. He's in this house. That
Part
was
of
knocked
him's
down.
right there under your car.
Oh, God. That's just his jacket, though. A little fried jacket outside.
It's
Does the
better-
Bible
I
forbid-
like popcorn better.
I do, too.
Yeah.
In Vietnam, that could feed a whole family, Pastor.
And does. A family of American GIs.
That's right.
What about the starving people in Seattle? That's what
But
I
Feed
want.
them,
Starving
that's what I say.
servicemen.
Feed them and then start watch them cry. Then they'll have no problems.
They'll start feeling.
Pay the poor and feed the starving. That's
Put
the
'em
way
on
to start a
television.
revolution.
They're on
Let's all
television.
look at them.
They're all on TV. You just look anywhere on the TV, and there they are.
The World Health Organization.
Who?
The World Health Organization. They, now that the Chinese are there, have said they're going to stamp out TV
They're on
all
their-
over the world.
They're on their knees.
TB,
T-
TB, and emphysema.
Where's TB?
Half an hour after smoking a reefer, the subject becomes jovial, carefree, and capable of rare feats of strength.
Hey, Mrs. Stevens, let me in.
I think I'll lift up this house for Christ.
Are you one of those Christian weightlifters, man?
Hallucinations follow.
Woo! Look
Space
at Mrs. Stevens.
expands.
So does Mrs. Stevens. She's been getting bigger every day.
Not her, but her nose.
Let me in. Hey, Hilario, you get away from here.
A minute seems like a day, and a room looks like a place viewed from the large end of a pair of binoculars.
That's my father's house.
I've
You've been there, yes.
Hey, you know what, man? They're your father's binoculars, too.
Wow, yeah.
I ripped them off. What I wanted to say about this was that this phase that I've got on right now is valuable to hot band players because time distortion slows everything down and gives an opportunity to crowd in a dozen notes where there was only time for one. If you know anything about music, you know how that can happen. That's it. I remember that now.
I think I'll lift twice as many weights for Christ. I think I can work in time for 5,000 or 6,000 more pounds. Say, I'm seeing lots of Christ. Say, there's a lot of them there. Hey, and there's Donald Duck. Hey, let me in, Mrs. Stevens. You ain't a septic tank. I know but a hound dog.
On my last trip north, I stopped by Mount Holy Cross. Have you ever been there?
That's
You
near,
have to stop
that's near the
there.
Maria de Turista Church, isn't it?
This is a superb natural symbol of faith that is situated near Red Cliff on the ocean northwest of Leadville. Nowhere else in the world has
That's no Leadville now. I'm sorry.
I know, that's very true. Nowhere else in the world has the Creator engraved a religious symbol so perfect and of such great interest. Even those people who are not religious cannot gaze upon this symbol embodying the nobler aspects of mankind and noble aspirations without a feeling of awe and reverence. I like you all to say awe.
Somebody's chalked a cross into the nobler.
There's a great snow Mount of the Holy Cross. Altitude is almost 14,000 feet, but not quite, owing to a recent earthquake. That's in Colorado.
Look what it says under it. El Ratones, 3771.
On the rock, yeah. Well, it's very sad the way they are damming our national waterways.
I know, man. If I hear another one, dam our national waterways, I think I'll throw up. I can't stand the profanity and swearing around national waterways. I know, man. Don't talk nasty to the national waterways neither.
They're going to make some stamps to protect our national waterways.
They're going to stamp on our waterways?
No, they're going to make you write letters.
Sure, man. A.
Here's an X.
F.
They're putting Woody Woodpecker on the stamp in Yugoslavia. Did you know that?
They are?
They're honoring him in Yugoslavia.
Why? I thought they thought he was a communist like Donald Duck in Chile.
No, Donald Duck is a communist in Chile, but
Woody he's Woodpecker, not in...
No, Woody Woodpecker is okay guy to the Yugoslavs, man.
I can't see why, No, I can't see why, actually.
He wears the red hat, that's what they wear when they fight, the red hat.
He's always putting his pecker at the service of the government.
That's right.
That is what every country wants.
Sure.
He could be the symbol of the new postal service.
A pecker in every... No, woodpecker. Oh, a woodpecker, yeah.
Woodpecker.
How many would a woodpecker peck if a woodpecker would peck?
It loses something in translation.
Yeah.
From the Swedish.
The original isn't too good either.
No.
He loses something in just his route delivering the mail, too. He usually loses my letters,
Listen, I'm sorry. I believe that we're going to a place called Charles Throat right now, so we have to...
Charles Throat.
No.
These honkies keep breaking in on our Mexican radio shows, with his Charles Throat. He can do anything.
Charles Throat, no, he's a very good cat,
I'll go into the...
Call up Charles and
what have you got going for you then?
I'll explain it to the engineers. I don't think they understand what's happening.
That's 109er.
Cover something.
Area code? No, a lot of noise in your operator. The area code is, yes, with 3 zeros, that's right. Yes. Well, I think they might get it together eventually,
Yes.
And,
Watch out for the Small Animal Administration over there, Phil.
We'll be introducing to you, just after the next music break, the 3 distinguished men of the press who have flattened themselves out here this evening to ask Charles...
Are those the weightlifters, the Christian weightlifters?
They have done that they have between them, or among them, as we say, when there are more than 2, more than 4,000 years of experience in the news business. That's counting all of them together.
Bitchin'.
Of course. Yeah. What did you say?
Bitchin'. I'm about 40 years old, man. What do you expect me to say?
Well, is that a...
That is an expression where I come from.
What does that mean? Does that mean good? I mean,
no,
it
doesn't mean good, man. It means, it is kind of a vague, aimless sort of feeling of general goodwill, It comes from self-amusement.
And it leads right back to it again, It does. It's a circle, It's a great...
Like
people
a cheese
getting
ball.
in a circle, in a big cheese ball flying.
Look out for that cheese ball! Oh, man, they're still...
Well, here we are. I'm going to put this call in now. Gentlemen, if you'll please introduce yourself. And
I'm Jay Doggy of Adford of the St. Louis Press Duck, and I'm here with my 2 other brothers of the journalistic persuasion to talk with, in my opinion, the so-called Charles Throat.
Oh, my goodness. I seem to have some technical problems here. And on my left, a young man that I'm sure you've seen very often on your television tubes.
Hello, folks. I'm Professor Hilario Gomez from the University of California, here to ask some questions of this man who means so much to our developing individuality and the people of all the small, groups of people that don't. The Chinese, the Americans, the little people, the big people, and everybody else.
And I'm Wilson Pickett of the New York Times. We'll be, I think, talking through now is
Just, now, excuse me, have we got, is this Charles?
It's on there. Tell me, and I'll talk into the phone.
Charles? Hello, Charles? This is Wilson of the New York Times, Charles.
When are they going to start?
Can you hear me?
Will there be a signal or something?
Yeah, you're to start now, Charles.
Hello?
We're all here, waiting to hear your report, Charles. Come in, please.
Hello?
Yes, is this the real Charles Throat?
Want me to stand up?
Well, that's, it sounds like him to me. Doesn't it sound like him to you?
Well, there's a lot of people that have been sounding like him, as you know, Wilson. Over the last year, there have been literally hundreds of Charles Throats springing up telephonically and televisionically.
Can you give me a signal to start, or?
Hello, Mr. President. I mean, Mr. Throat.
Oh, I know that boy.
This is Gomez.
Hi, Gomez.
Of the
All right.
Picayune Times.
We used to,
I used to sit on your lap, remember, in the airplane?
That's right. I was going to say that.
Look, I wanted to ask you about, if I may go
We
first.
used to go in that airplane together. The
Yes,
fastest
we
plane
did.
in the world. We went about 20 miles an hour, broke every record.
You invented that plane, did you not?
I built it myself, and I made it myself.
You made it out of old brassiers
It
that
cost me a
you,
fortune.
yes. Did you
A lot of wives, too.
That's very funny. Now, Mr. President, the first question that I have to ask comes from the readers of our paper. Can you tell us if in the last days of Earth's history, if people would be crazed for pleasure?
Who is this?
This is Hilario Gomez of the Picayune
I
Times.
don't want to waste time in this call. This is costing me money. I think
No,
I
this
should
is
call.
costing me money.
Well, Charles,
We
you
called
see...
you.
Let's get some serious questions here, because I'm going to go back into hiding.
Well, Charles, you see, I mean, there's a certain question as to the establishment of your identity.
I don't believe it's him. I think he's a fraud.
No, it's him. I
This is
recognize
what
his
I've
voice.
been going through all the time. I'm
Well,
not
can-
French. I'm not a frog. I'm as American as you are. Just because I'm living on Mars now doesn't mean that I'm not a human being.
Well, Charles, that's a big surprise. We had no idea where this call was actually going through to. You mean you're now on Mars?
Oh, damn, I let it out.
Well, can you tell us what your big business enterprise is there and how you look now? There's a great mystery about your appearance.
Oh, well, I guess I might as well tell you that the Grand Canyon here on Mars is going to be a great tourist trap, and I'm developing it now. I opened a little club here. We're just building it now. It's called the Hot Spot, and the Russians have found out about it. I don't know how the hell they did. They seem to know everything that's going on.
It's Dr. Zombie.
What?
Dr. Zombie, he's telling them.
You have to...
He used to work for me. He used to get on my nerves. He always answered questions before I asked them.
I would get on your lap and he would get on your nerves. Those were the days, right?
What did you ask me?
Charles, what is your physical appearance like now?
I do want to set this straight. Lots of people have said that I have 8-inch long fingernails and hair down to the bottom of my back, and I'm tall and thin, and I sleep in a casket that leaks water. Well, this isn't true.
Doesn't leak.
I'm as normal as anybody else here on Mars. I'm round and fuzzy, and I got the eyes in the back of my head, just like anybody else.
Well, Charles,
I want to know how he got there. He says he's there, and he says he's who he is. He's just a voice on the phone. It could be the kid next door who calls and makes dirty calls. How did you get there?
Well, as you know, I was a munitions sexpot in the Great War. I'm an expert.
Despot.
I was a munitions despot in the Great War, and we were assigned the destruction of the Japanese installments, miniature installments, as you know. And we flew in there in these tiny little planes and dropped these itty-bitty little bombs on them, right over the plant where they make match heads. You know, natural sulfur deposits just kill the birds, and the Japanese didn't like that because they used to use the birds in their ceremonies. So we did them a great service by destroying the miniature match factory. After that, I got out of the country. I figured it'd be hard to explain that patriotic service to anybody. I thought I was working for the other side, and I thought I'd come here because, after all, this is the seat of the god of war. Something like that, I think you remember.
Charles, can you hear me, Charles?
No, I'm not happy. How can money make you happy? I'm ecstatic.
Yes,
static for
there's
years.
a lot of static. There's a lot of static, Charles, and it's a bit difficult to hear you. We'd like to know how you manage your vast empire from such a great distance away from Las Vegas.
Well, it's difficult, as you know. I'm involved in litigations. I haven't been able to afford the high level of madness that I used to. My peers are all working behind my back, even though I can see them. It disturbs me. It makes me nervous. And the mob, as I call them, have tried to steal some of my thunder. Take the Russians, for example. Please, they sent this samovar up here with this television eye, and I had to go to great expense to have it knocked out. And I had to create this dust storm. Very, very difficult thing to do, and not good for the tourist trade, but it does clean the litter away. You see the Martians, they don't have any mouths. When they try to eat, the food just goes on the ground. It's terrible. So the dust storms do help to clear it away, and I hope that people appreciate it when they come up here. Of course, I won't be here then. I'm getting out. But you asked me, why did I wind up on Mars? Oh, I think I answered that, didn't I? Hell, I don't remember. What else do you want to say? This is costing me a fortune.
Well, our distinguished panel here, another question from you, Hilario?
No, I don't have no more questions. I'm on the floor with admiration for your great work, Mr. President, and I wish you continued success in however you may look like.
Oh, I know what you asked me. How do I control my empire? Well, I think about it. That's how I do it. I do it by thought. God, I think about it all the time. I don't even sleep without dreaming about it.
Control yourself.
He's laughing, Charles, laughing.
Ecstasy. It's ecstasy.
How's your wife, Charles? Is she there with you on Mars?
They're all here with me. Why do you think you haven't read any autobiographies by them? They're all here in the hot spot, where they should be.
What about you, J-Doggy? You have another question for Charles?
I want to know if he's afraid to come back to Earth.
Well, truth of the matter is, I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not afraid of anything. I must say that I'm confused by all the hoaxers, all the people passing themselves off as me. It confuses me. If I were around them, I'm sure I'd get confused, and perhaps I wouldn't know who I was. And I think I can say I'm afraid of that. Yes, I'm afraid of that, but I want you to know that the truth of the matter is that I am the true Charles Throat. There is only one Charles Throat. All the others are... Ruth, I want you to know that I am the only Charles Throat. I am the only one, and the truth is that I am the only
Recording. Please hang up and try your call again. If you need assistance, hang up and dial the operator.
No, I think you've lost the connection.
Please hang up and try your call again. If you need assistance, hang up and dial the operator. Please hang up now.
Charles? Charles?
I think that's
Charles?
all the time we've got tonight.
It looks like it is, ladies and gentlemen.
David?
Was that the real Charles Throat?
Phil?
David?